It says Patti LuPone has apologized for a comment she made about Audra McDonald and Hell's Kitchen star Keisha Lewis in a recent New Yorker interview. For as long as I've worked in theater, I've spoken my mind and never apologized. LuPone wrote in an Instagram post on Saturday, that is changing today. I am deeply sorry for the words I used during the New Yorker interview, particularly about Keisha Lewis, which were demeaning and disrespectful. I regret my flippant and emotional response during this interview, which was inappropriate, and I'm devastated about my behavior has offended others and has run the counter of what we hold dear in this community. Child, AI wrote this. This is cat. She ain't apologizing for shit. She just mad because they all... Listen. It says, I hope to have the chance to speak to Audra and Keisha personally to offer my sincere apologies. Well, if you wanted to make sincere apologies, girl, you didn't have to jump online and do that. I'm quite sure you have both of their phone numbers. Because the Broadway community is a small community, right? They all work on these plays on Broadway. They all know who each other is. Yeah. When they go out for roles, they all know who's going out for role, and they call each other on the phone and gossip about who's going to get what, and how I broke my foot this morning at practice, and you know, I'm working on my voice, girl. I don't know if I'm going to let the backup voice person sing my song today because she might take over the whole show and all kinds of mess. Okay? So they all know each other. Yeah. I'm quite sure. She could have just picked up the phone and called Keisha and said, girl, I'm sorry. But no, you want to make it more of a spectacle by getting on Instagram. You pull the eyes back to you again. Yeah. Patti LuPone, I know what you're doing up there. You ain't slick. Okay? She want all the eyes on her at all costs. Normally, I don't apologize. Girl, stand on it then. Stand on bit. Oh. We beat these hoes, y'all, on the other side, and we escaped again. Girl, if you know you don't apologize, then stand on business. Right. But see, they wrote this big open letter. And they let everybody sign the letter that they wrote, all the actors and stuff from Broadway, and turned it into the Tonys. See? And it was like, she's going too far. Like, she's creating a bad environment for us. Yeah. So this is why she came out and apologized. Because in that letter, they asked the Tonys to disinvite her from the Tony Awards. And that's this Sunday, I think, on TV. And it's being hosted by Cynthia Erivo. So it says, the theater icon caustic remarks in which she called Lewis a bitch and stated that there were a few between her and McDonald that have rocked the Broadway community with more than 500 performers and artists, calling on Tony Awards in an open letter to disinvite LuPone, in which the New Yorker piece, in which was published May 26, LuPone addressed the issue that arose last fall when she was aspiring on Broadway, the romantic, a booth theater. I don't want to read no more of this, child. The lady is in trouble. The community got together and said, girl, stop it. Right. And so she finally said, okay. She wrote her little Instagram thing. And I bet you as soon as she said this, she said, bitch. Come on, cat. You know, because that's Patti LuPone. Yeah. That's what she would do. You know what I'm saying? Bye, Patti LuPone. Everybody still love you, but you still crazy as hell. Bye. She's a trip. You look her up. Her interviews are always really good and fun and all that kind of stuff like that. Okay. All right. So, what's going on with these Chinese folks? I don't care. You don't? No. Bye. Auto slam. Okay. 2 Chinese nationals were charged with smuggling a potential bioweapon fungus into the U.S. Auto slam again. Now, why do you want me to not slam this?
I mean, you can slam it.
Okay, well, bye.
I was just surprised you didn't want to read it.
No, listen, I don't care about Chinese people, okay? And I don't mean it like that. I know what y'all rush to call people racist and all kinds of stuff like that. When I said I don't care about Chinese people, I mean like listen, they got caught, that's it. That's all I need to know. They got caught, whatever they was trying to do, they can get away with it. This time. Ain't no telling how many times they tried it before though.
They tried it multiple.
They did.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I hope it don't take hold because Donald Trump done disbanded all of the protections for us up down here. Mm-hmm. Lord, let me see. Y'all, guess what?
Oh, there was a video to that. So.
Oh, well then I'll show y'all the video to it. I'm just not reading on this because first of all, co-executive gave me a piece of paper that is totally faded and no, I can't see y'all. And then look at this. That's part of the reason why I said I'm not reading. Child, listen, Bob. There's ink over there. Why you don't just put it in?
I don't know how to change the ink on that from there.
All you gotta do is take the old one out and put the new one in. It's not rocket science. Like you don't have to have special instructions to do it or nothing. It don't come with a manual, but you gotta look and be like, okay, first open the tray. I mean, if you need to read that, first open the tray. Second, pick up the old one. Throw that in the trash. Take the new one, take it out the plastic bag. Take that little green part off the bottom. Now put it back where the other one was at. Now close the drawer back. You need instructions for that? Oh my goodness, y'all. Co-executive producer gonna beat me up one day, y'all. Oh Lord. All right, so here's the video to the Chinese folks, y'all. Watch this.
Warning Americans that our food supply may be the target of attacks from China. Here's a photo of the fungus found at the Detroit airport last year. It was found in 4 plastic baggies. It was stashed into wads of tissue paper. And authorities say that the toxins cause, quote, vomiting, liver damage, and reproductive defects in both humans and livestock. What were they doing with this? Why were they trying to bring this into our country? Now, according to a U.S. Attorney's office in Michigan, the 34-year-old Chinese researcher who works at the University of Michigan intentionally hid the samples in his backpack because he knew that the restrictions on importing them existed. Professor claims he had hoped to do further research on the fungus at his University of Michigan lab. FBI Director Kash Patel says, quote, this case is so